Joanne Francis.
Joanne Evelyn
And she's Marilyn's daughter.
Yes, Marilyn.
And Marilyn is Irene's daughter.
Marilyn Pitt.
And Irene and Elsie were sisters.
Marilyn Snipe, no, Marilyn Pitt.
Marilyn Pitton J-Row.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're from where in Tennessee?
Right now, Hendersonville out of Nashville.
Their mother
Okay.
was Aunt Irene.
We're going up to
Uncle
Johnson
Herman.
City here
I was
shortly.
born in Tampa,
Aunt
Florida.
Irene and
Yeah.
Uncle
All of
Herman.
my life we were there. I met him.
That's her grandparents.
Now where were you born in Tampa?
When he was 15. Pardon?
Where were you born in Tampa?
North Florida Avenue.
Okay.
And then I was
That's
reared
Sulphur Springs.
in Seminole Heights.
Seminole Heights, I remember that. Yeah,
A couple of blocks from where they were born.
yeah, we were going
Yeah,
up right.
yeah, Florida was up there in Sulphur Springs.
Reared in that big house on the corner of Highland and Hamilton Avenue. Now mother is gone. She wanted a brand new house, this brand new small
We
house.
found the Patterson Street house where Aunt Irene lived.
Oh,
been to that?
I wish I knew the number. I'd like to
Patterson
see.
Okay. They had daughters, Virginia and, what's the other girl's name? That's just the oldest one, Virginia and Dorothy. They lived up in Wisconsin.
That's all right. I'm getting what she's talking about.
Oh, okay.
I've been hearing her give the history
And this
lesson.
was Charles Snyder, you know, he died that was his brother, and that's my mother, Elsie. Elsie May.
See, Mom's name was Evelyn Elsie,
She's named after my
after
mother.
your mother.
Right.
Oh, for heaven's
Now my mom's name is Elsie Joyce.
We're all Snyders and Bakers for
Bailey's. Barbara Bailey. Okay.
Snyders. Very good.
So you can talk.
That's right, we don't have to pose.
I want to see your blue eyes.
You need to get
Mom's got blue eyes. Let me see your blue eyes there. Okay. And then
Jackie, what do you want to know? What do you want to ask?
and then Louie's got blue eyes.
Yes, I do.
Blanche's got green eyes. Where are you, Blanche?
Go ahead, Rose.
How about cat's eyes, green eyes?
Yeah. Blanche has got green eyes. I think that's amazing. You look so much like the Ottens.
Well, I
And
am.
Does it
yeah,
look
and
like
Could you be an Otten?
could you be an
Not only
Otten?
that,
really
I guess
does.
I'm the senior one right now.
I think you are.
I bet you are.
She's got the things, she's got blue eyes.
I bet you are, because I'm the senior too.
That's right.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Oh well. Go ahead.
You're so
The sun
separated.
is done.
Spread out.
It's spread out. There's no way you could even think of having a family reunion. I don't know where they would ever come from. They were coming through the door and backwards and sideways and everything else.
Big family. Look at big family.
Darlene, you can't imagine how big it is. You don't know half of it.
I know.
Well, I
12
think Grandma
kids.
Arden had 15 children and 12 of them lived. And they all had big families, you know.
Now, what do you remember about your grandparents? Your grandfather Otten. What do you remember?
He was retired from what I can remember him from. He retired from the Brown Linseed Oil Company on Staten Island.
Okay.
And Grandma was a flower girl. She had flowers. You talk about flowers here. She had flowers all over the place. Begonias, 6, 8 feet tall.
Oh my goodness.
On stakes, she used to grow them in the house, and then in the springtime, Grandpa had to take them outside, and he had a fit because he had to move all these flowers around all the time. But she had her flowers. Well, they were pretty old at that when my kids came along, and
Now, did they always live in that same house in Staten Island?
yes, as far as no, not all the time. They
Yeah.
lived in what they call Elm Park.
L Park?
Elm, E-L-M.
Okay,
Elm
yeah.
Park.
Egbert Avenue was the
Egbert
other.
Avenue was the last
Egbert
address.
Avenue.
And
For a long time.
as long as I can remember. I
Yeah,
don't
me
remember
too.
the other place. Egbert Avenue.
Yeah, and Edna and Aunt Lillian lived with them for a long, most of the
right.
time.
Now, didn't they come over and land in Ellis Island? Your grandparents? Did they
Yes.
land in Ellis Island?
Yes, they all
I
came
can't
from
From
answer.
Germany? They came over from
I would
Germany.
presume they did, yes.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
sure they
well,
did.
Grandpa went to Canada and came down.
Baden.
Oh, from Canada.
Baden, Germany.
They went from Germany to Canada and then down.
Then down.
Then they wouldn't have come through Ellis Island, would they?
No.
I have no idea.
I don't think
I
so.
can't answer that question. It's unfortunate. My mother and father never talked about, you know, where they came from or the rest of the family, where the family was or how it originated. I used to get famous stories about what went on, but all that historical part of it, I didn't know anything about it.
Well, the only information I had was from Aunt Lillian. You know, and Grandpa Otten was born to a lady named Otten, and she wasn't married to the father. And then she married this other man, I have his name, but I can't remember what it was. But he took the name Otten.
Uh-huh.
I've got it all down on
And then they were related somehow to a family out in Cleveland, Ohio.
Well, then the grandma, his mother died, and the husband married the maid, and then they moved to Ohio.
Wasn't that in Germany though?
They were all. This was all in Germany.
That's what I thought.
And then they came across, I think they came through New Orleans instead of Ellis Island. Now, Grandpa Otten came through Ellis Island.
Could be.
But anyway, and then Hink, they settled because there was an Ella Hink that was related to the wife that he
Oh my
married.
God, you're getting too deep into this.
I was gonna
Blanche.
say,
She knows it.
I'm like
It was
lost
out
it
of
a long
Cleveland,
time ago.
Ohio, somewhere.
But,
I have some. I used to correspond with her after Mother died. Say she came down to Riverview to visit us,
Uh-huh.
and Mother had quite. She was in contact.
you were born
No. I was born in Tampa.
oh, in Tampa. And all that's
It's pretty
there.
black now.
Well, just go over.
What brought you down here?
It's a little
My daughter,
His daughter.
Okay.
Dara brought me down.
So she was down here
She
first.
was
And,
having marital problems, and I figured I better go down and
Help
see
her.
if I could help her out.
yeah.
And every time we come down, we'd look around the neighborhood, and hey, that's nice in there, I'd like to do it, and then you go back, well, I don't know, I'm not ready to go down there yet, and we just kept doing it until one day I went home, and I said, oh, do you know what we did? We bought a house. I said, oh my God, I bought a house in Florida. I said, now what are we gonna do? Well, I could have gotten out of it by just writing it off and losing money on it, but I said, that's ridiculous. And real estate agent says, buy it and then sell it. So we moved in, and I told my daughter, Karen, she wanted my house. I said, all right, you can move into my house. In fact, she was moved in before we were gone.
We came down here for the final
you give me
papers.
2
When we
years.
got home, she was living in our
If I'm
house.
satisfied in the 2 years, you can
Well,
buy
that was
the
a
house.
beautiful house. You had that
So I
big
said, I don't
basement
want
in the
two
bottom,
houses.
Yeah.
I want-
and then it was 2 stories. I remember that.
Well,
Very
I told her right
vividly.
off the bat, I wasn't here maybe 4 or
I
5
wasn't far
months.
from
That's it, Karen, it's all
Grandma,
yours.
Grandpa,
Just get yourself a
Grandma.
mortgage
I mean,
and you can have
from
it. I said,
yeah,
I'm not
Uncle
gonna,
Louie and
I'm
Aunt
not gonna
Dora.
take a fortune from you, but I said, I want enough
You
that I
could pretty
can,
walk through
this
there.
house
you
is
know,
paid
where-
off, as I want this one paid off. So
They had a nice
if you
house
give me enough
too.
money to we can settle on it and it's yours. And
Oh,
she
that's
did.
nice.
And
The
of
rest
course,
is
when
history.
they inspected it, she told them I did this and I did that, and then we come up to see what it was. The lawyer said, I thought you said he built a deck on the back. She says, yeah, it's a deck. It ended up being a sunroom. As I built the deck, my dear wife says, oh, well, we gotta put a railing around it so a little privacy. I said, all right. I got the railing up there for her flowers. And then she says, well, you know, if you put a roof on it, we could sit outside. And well, that went on. The next thing was, you know, it's open, the mosquitoes in the butt. I said, I know, you want screens. I ended up with the jealousy, the big jealousy windows where I could crank them open, and the lawyer said, he's got another room here for crying out loud. You didn't tell me I had a room, you said a deck. Well, they finagled about it, and they cleared it and let it go. And she's got the house, and now this younger boy up there, and he's, "You're not selling this house, Mom, this is gonna be my house." So that remains to be seen.
Stay in the family, huh?
When he gets married. He's
Yeah.
only, what, 18, so.
They
he's
wanna
got-
drive down and
Yeah,
surprise
the two
us.
boys wanna drive down. They wanna come down.
I said, you better let me know
The
when you're
oldest guy,
coming.
he didn't know what he wanted to be, and he was going to college and taking this, that, and the other thing. And the next thing he comes out and he says, "I want to follow in my grandfather's footsteps. He was a cop." I said, "Yeah, I don't.
Were you a
anything
cop?
to- Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's
But
right, you were
today-
in Staten Island, you were a
I
cop.
started in Lower Manhattan. I watched the trade
That's
centers
right,
go
I
up.
remember that, when I
saw the
stayed with
trade center
Shirley.
go up.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Did you watch him come down?
yes, I did.
Yeah.
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 But
Okay.
today,
Yeah.
they
But
need
I wouldn't advise anybody
60
to do a job
college
today. It's a different job
credits
today.
Oh,
to
yeah.
get into police
Well, I put 27 years in.
My gosh.
Most of it I start now.
Yeah.
3 years in
That's
New
right,
York
you
and
were a
Lower
cop.
Manhattan, and
God,
then the rest of it I start now.
Mm-hmm.
And
What
he
depart?
tells his mother, he says, "I'm gonna take the police test." And she says, "Go ahead, take it." She says, "Take all the tests you can in the city of New York, take them all. Bus driver, sanitation man, has no ego to it, but they pay. It's a good job, a dirty job, but they pay. They get a good pension. They get almost as much as we do.
Huh.
And they got a good union. He took the test, he comes out on the top of the list for the police department. Within, I don't
I
know, maybe
remember
the first
that,
10 or
yeah.
so. And they called him up on the phone and told him, "Come, get your butt up here, we need you." He says, "I can't." "What do you mean you can't?" He says, "I'm not 21. And he says, "I don't have college credits. They require 60 college credits in New York right now." Well, he says, "All I can tell you then is get your credits. When you get to be 21, you have your credits. Call me up and you're in." So he's sitting on the top of the list in the city of New York for the police department. I don't know what he's gonna do. He's getting a little shaky about things that are going on up there since he's gotten on the list. There's been maybe 3 or 4 killed, shot. And I guess that's entering
It's a dangerous profession.
upstate.
Shirley, were you?
No.
Because this was like 43.
No.
I was in service.
Yeah, you were in the
Coast Guard.
service.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
And the Coast Guard took good care of me.
I thought it was the Coast Guard. I couldn't quite
lucky in
remember.
the
Now, the house you had in Staten Island, did your father have that before you?
No,
You bought it?
my mother, their own house,
Oh.
and the one I had, had built.
Oh, okay.
They moved into their house when I was 2 years old, 1924. And I didn't build my house until, what was it, 55? 55 or 56? 56, because it was
They moved in 56.
Oh, what-
she
what happened to
carried
their
Karen
house?
across the threshold. Karen
Oh.
was just, not Karen, Dow.
Daryl.
Carried Dow across. And I picked her up with the baby and across the threshold we went into the new house.
Yeah, he could pick me up carrying the baby and holding Shannon.
Now I'm looking
Now
at
he
myself
can't
up.
pick me up off the floor.
Well, where the house that your parents had, who has that now?
I have no idea.
Oh, they sold it? Or it's not in the family?
No, it's not in the family. There's been a couple people in it since.
Yeah.
But
The parents,
mine-
the home your grandparents had, is that still in the family?
No, I don't think so.
I don't
I
think so.
don't think so.
Or what was the address on that house, do we know?
What?
The grandparents'
107 Egbert Avenue.
107 Egbert Avenue?
Egbert Avenue.
Egbert.
EGBT.
Yeah.
Staten Island.
107.
I have pictures.
What was the number?
107.
7.
107.
We'll have to go take pictures of that for the history books.
We're going to New
You're
York,
going to New York, you're gonna go to Staten Island?
well, maybe next year or
Next year.
so.
We
Not,
want-
not
I
this
wouldn't
year,
verify.
maybe next time.
Well, we're going.
But she
You
isn't,
still got that wig, Joyce.
well, she's in the family history. We've been up to North Carolina, going back with the Baker family.
That's my
which is
dad's
her,
line.
her father.
Right, right.
Now she's down here with my family, going back.
Well, she's got a big
She's
research
got a
in
big
New
job.
York.
It's been fun.
They
Well, we've
did.
gone back to, on the Baker side, we've gone back to 1600s, almost Jamestown.
Really?
So there's a lot of history there, the American Revolution, and all of, the wars and everything. So it's a lot of history, and I want to go back to Germany, but 2 generations is all I have of here,
Yeah.
and it's hard to go back to Germany without speaking German.